Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we will be solving a lot of pattern problems and how to actually solve them and how to approach those kind of problems. So whenever you encounter a pattern problem, just don't think of anything. Just see the relation between the rows and columns. Okay. What are the prerequisites for this video? You need to be aware of the for, while and do while loops and how to use them and what are the syntaxes for them. So that is a prerequisite for this. So we need to print this kind of a pattern over here. Let me clear it up so that we could see the full screen. Okay. Now, whenever you see this, we're just going to do with the loop for int I is equal to how many rows are there? There are 3 rows. So generally the first loop we are using is for rows. Let me change it as R. R represents row. For I, R is equal to from 1 to how many rows? 3 rows are there. So less than or equal to 3 R plus plus over here. Okay. First, we have initialized the row. Next, what we need to do? We need to do for the column. In the column is equal to, just be aware of one thing, that is there any column over here? There is only one column in the first row. How many columns in the second row? There are 2 columns in the second row. 1, 2. How many columns in the third row? There are 3 columns in the third row. Just understand in what fashion that it is changing. Column is obviously starting from 1 and it is less than or equal to R. Isn't it? Just understand the relation between the rows and columns in these kind of pattern problems. Don't think about how we are solving it. Just first understand the relation. Okay, what's the relation in this problems? Whenever you are solving a problem, never think of how to solve it. Just see what is the pattern in it, what is the relation between the inputs over there. Here, what is the input? The rows and columns is the only input over here. So the relation between them is column is changing for rows. How many number of rows the columns is changing? Column plus plus. Okay. What we need to do? We need to print. What we need to print the star over here. Let me add a space just to make it clear. Do I need to print it in a new line? No. Whenever it is in a column, see here it is printed in the same column. Whenever you are printing in the same column, it should be printed in the same line. So don't have this new line over there. And first it will come. Just print this star because row is 1 column, only 1 column should be printed. That is 1 star. Row will be incremented to 2. So now it should be going to the new line. So I'm just having a empty print statement over here because it just shift to the new line. Otherwise, you could just give system.out.print and new line character also over here. It's also completely fine. Nothing wrong with it. So just understand the relation between the rows and columns. What is the relation? The column is increasing as the rows increases. So let me run it up. Yeah. I don't want this kind of thing. Let me take a scanner class. Scanner sc is equal to new scanner system.inc. So at last we need to close it, system.close. And okay, int, I just take it as n. So enter number of rows you want. I just remove this new line character just to make it much more clean. sc.nextInt. So I also give a new line separate over here. Okay, let me try to run it up. Why I'm just having this? I don't want it to be static, just only for 3 rows. I just say how many rows the user wishes, let it run that many times. Number of rows I want, I just want, say, let me give 10. Say how many rows over here? 10 rows over here. So this is sorry for that. This is how you solve any kind of pattern problems over here. You just first of all understand the relation between the rows and columns over there. Okay, clear, right? Okay, let me come with another pattern. Okay, let me continue with it. Now we are printing the reverse of it, exactly the reverse of it. I'm just getting the input from the user. So think what is the relation between here, between these rows and columns? Just think about it. Just see that how many rows are there. Here in this example, there are 3 rows. So how many columns? At most, there are 3 columns over here. So what is the relation? The maximum number of columns is the number of rows in your program. So how it is changing? Column is less than or equal to R. We just printed this. So how can we do this? Let's think it up. Oh, yeah. Okay. How can we solve it up? Just see, it is the reverse of it. From what row is starting? Row is starting from 1 because 1 is the first row over here. How many columns are there in the first row? Is this 1? No, it is the number of rows itself. The max, not the rows, it is n. That is the maximum number that a row can reach, and that is its first column. So if I do this, it is correct? No, because the condition is always going to be false. So what we need to change? We need to change it to greater than or equal to 1. Because how many columns are there in the last row? There is 1 column. Sure, you need to give it. So if I run it, it will run. No, because it is plus plus. If I run it, it will be an infinite thing and it's not that correct. So we need to change it to minus minus. This time I'll take all this and just add a new line over here. So let me run it. Ask me number of rows. I just do 3. Oh, I just printed this. Oh, let me see why. R is equal to, okay. R is greater than or equal, C is greater than or equal to R. Okay, you just get this. How we are doing this? Because not C is greater than or equal to 1. Because 1 is the minimum value. Greater than or equal to R means here what will be the value of R? The value of R will be n itself. C is starting from n itself. So n to n, n to 1, it will be running anytime you will just print the square over there. So you need to keep it greater than or equal to R. Okay. So hope it is clear. Let me do another pattern called just print a square box over there. How can we do this? This is really a simple task. Just you need only one thing, that is, let me keep it as I and j for now. I is equal to 0. I am taking from 0. So it should be less than n. When you are taking from 1, you just do less than or equal to n. Because you need to take that if user gives 3 rows, then you need to go till 3. Whenever I am taking from 0, you just do less than n. Because 0, 1, 2 gives 3. So be clear with that. And for I and j is less than n. So now I just say print as star u. Now what will happen? Just asking me, I just give 5. The square of boxes comes because everything it is nothing is dependent on anything. Each row has what the user gives. If the user gives 3, each row has 3 columns and the row should be extending to till 3. So nothing is dependent on anything. Only the thing that is restricting is the user's input. That is a number of rows. That is the thing that is restricting here. Okay. And what we need to do? Okay, we have done all this. Yeah, let me do this. What we call the hollow box. How can we do this hollow box? Be clear with one thing that you are clear with this box pattern, right? How to get this box pattern. If I give 3 over here, you just print a box over here. What if I need to get an hollow box over here? So when you want to get a hollow box, you need to do nothing. Just have only one thing in mind. That is, when will it reach as a hollow pattern? This is for this. Let me add much more lines. That is for 5. It would be really good, right? Just print a star. So whenever you are given with a problem, try to manually run them because when what I'm doing, I'm also just doing them manually, running them manually before running the computer. I'm just running it manually because that gives you a clear understanding of how the program actually works. Let me add another line. Okay. What is the condition? Just see over here. First row, everything is printed. Last row, everything is printed. First column, everything is printed. Last column, everything is printed. So you need to print the stuff whenever it is first row or last row or first column or last column. Just see it over here. If I is equal to 0, because here 0 is the first row, you could print. Or I'm already done a video on logical operators, why we use and or not. So if you don't know what the use of this, try checking out that video. Or I is equal to n minus 1. Here n minus 1 is the last row because I'm not taking from 1, I'm taking from 0. So be clear with that. Or j is equal to 0. That means first column, or j equal to n minus 1. That is the last column. What can you do? You could just print that. Star. Else, what you need to do? Don't print anything. Don't print. Just a blank space would be enough. Just a blank space because you are printing blank space over here. I need to be double blank space. Yeah. When I run it, just ask me number of rows. I give 10. See, hollow boxes printed. That's so simple. That's so simple. So now let me complete with the final one problem. Okay, we will be continuing with this pattern. So many students find difficulty with this kind of pyramid pattern. So it's nothing great over there. Just so simple. Let's see how to print that out. So let me remove this. Okay. We are getting the user's input as number of rows. If user gives 3, we need to print these 3 rows. What is the intuition behind it? What is actually happening over here? Just try to see it. What is happening? What's the relation? There will be two loops. That's clear. Right. So what is happening over here? Just see three rows, okay? In first row there is only one column. In second row there is 3 columns. In third row it's actually 5 columns. So it's increasing in the pattern of 1, 3 and 5. Okay, I could just do this kind of right angle triangle and stuff. So, but what is the case over here? Every time you just print, you will also getting this kind of empty spaces. So try to understand how many empty spaces are there. There should be one star coming over here that is missing. There is another star should be coming over here that is also missing. Only one star is coming over here. So how many empty spaces are there? I is equal to 1. I less than n because there will be n rows over here. J is equal to 0. Okay. J less than what? J is less than n minus 1. Because if it is 3 rows, okay, how many empty spaces you need to print? You need to print 2 empty spaces over here. So, solve not a new line. So, we have just printed that empty line. Then what we need to do? Let's go with another loop. J less than 0, J less than how many times the pattern is printing? Try to find the pattern over there. So first there is printing 2 times. Okay. So we are starting from 0, right? So we need to do I plus 1. Because 0 means it just put 0 over here. Oh, okay. Okay. 0 means put 0 over here. 2 into 0, it just print 0. 0 plus 1, 1. 1 star will be printed. Second row means 2 times 2, 4. 4 plus 1, 1 and 5, this for the third row. So just do sout, sout, what do you need to print? Star and a space. So I just confused over there. For 0, it is the first row, just print 2 times 0, 0, 0 plus 1, 1. So for the second thing, it's 1, 2 times 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3. So next it will be doing the same. So that's it. You don't need, you could do this copy paste over there, because ending also you are having that, but there is no need to do it because it just prints the same thing over there. After all these stuff, what you need to do, you need to add a new line over here. Let me run it up. Just ask me the number of rows. I just give 5. Oh, it's just coming like this. uh Sorry, not n minus 1, n minus I minus 1. So now if I run it, 5, you just get this, because here I is the restricting variable, right? I is the restricting variable that is going to restrict how many times the program is executing and like stuffs. So if I just give 1, every time it will be printing what? If 5 means 4 spaces. Every time just print 4 spaces. I don't want 4 every time. I just want for every row that should be decreasing that space. So I need to give I as well to restrict the number of spaces over there. So hope it is clear. Try practicing many problems. If you are clear with this, try to print this pattern in the inverted manner. That is in the upside down fashion. So if you have any doubts, share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching.